Hey everybody, it's your girl Nat Martin, and we are here today and we are going to be talking about military women and dating. So, before we even get into the topic, I want you guys to tag every military woman that you know, any military man that you know, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some conversation that needs to be had. So this topic is something that nobody really talks about and nobody ever like kind of addressed, but I want to talk about it with you guys because I am the military woman and I happen to be a single available woman. So dating is kind of a topic, a discussion a lot of times. So I want to make sure that I want to make sure that people kind of get a glimpse of what that looks like. And it's different factors on how that actually takes place. Like it's different factors on how you can date, what comes with dating a military woman, what to expect when dating a military woman. It's a lot of things. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So, one of the things that I want to tell you guys about is one, being a military woman is not the easiest task there is. Okay. So, being a military woman, you have to, one, being a woman in America or wherever you live, it's challenging. So, if you take on a job that's going to have you in high risk situations around a lot of men, and a job that you can come and go at the drop of a dime, it makes dating difficult. So a lot of you guys know that I have served in the military for over 20 years. And in that time, I joined when I was 18. So no one comes in the military already married. Some people do, but pretty much those individuals come in already a little bit older. So for those that haven't, most of them come in single. Or if they come into the military single, sometimes that relationship just don't last because of the lifestyle of the military. I'm telling you guys, you can chime in. My veterans, I need y'all to chime in and let me know what you think. What you think, because there's a lot to it. So I'm gonna give you a story. I joined the military when I was 18. I left to go to the military. I actually had a boyfriend when I left. But we understood that I'm starting my life, the world is, a playground and I'm going to play, right? So I left, and when I joined the military, I got stationed. Let's just talk about the first year in the military. My very first year in the military. My very first year in the military, I went to San Antonio, Texas. I was only there for 6 weeks. I went to um, Biloxi, Mississippi. I was only there for couple of months. Then I went to Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And I was there not even 30 days before I had to go to Phoenix. And I was in Phoenix for 3 months. So I came back from Phoenix, was back in Fort Walton, and then I went to Panama City. How many places is that? Like, can somebody tell me how many places is that? That was Texas, Mississippi, Florida, Arizona, and then a whole nother city in Florida, all within 1 year. Now, 18-year-old girl, cute as can be, everybody's coming for her, right? How am I supposed to know if I can trust him, if he can trust me? How we building a relationship when I just went to 5 locations less than a year, in less than a year, in less than a year. So I want you to understand that. I told you guys that because I want you to understand that that's just one small part of being in the military, right? I went to 5 different locations in less than 1 year and dating or, per se. That was when I was 18. Let's fast forward to when we're more mature and as an adult and you kind of want to settle down. Well, I got married quick and I got married young because I told you they were coming for me. Everybody was coming for me. Everybody wanted your girl. right? I believe I've been proposed to most times than anybody probably in their lifetime. Um, so I got married and I settled down. But let's think about marriage in the military. So this isn't a topic just about being single, a single military woman. This is just about dating, marriage, military women, and how to balance life and how does that look. Married in the military. Let me tell you how that looked. I'm not telling you guys anything fiction. My veterans can chime in and agree or add their story or give their input. I got married. We were in Florida. My husband at the time went to Idaho. I went to Italy. How do you become married and you live in two different countries? Have you ever dated someone in another country? Have you ever been married to someone and you live in two different countries? Comment below. I want to see who has been married or dated someone and they live in a whole nother country. I'll wait. And by the way, we're in our 20s. So that just added to the bunch as well. So I'm like, okay, this is we got to figure this out. So imagine that's the 20s. Now we're going to fast forward. I'm a little bit older than that now. So let's get to the 30s. In the 30s, now you're pretty much, either you're married or you're not, or you have children. So now you're the military woman, you're doing your job, you're leading people because at this point, I have people underneath me I have to lead and develop and manage and be a mother to everybody and to my child. So how does dating a military woman look like then? How does that play a part? Because now when you're more solidified in your career, you still don't have that much control about them moving you here and there. So now you meet a man, and maybe he's a military man, maybe he's not at all. Either way, at the level that you are, you're going to meet a man that's pretty much probably solidified in his career too. So I'll give you a story. Met a man. Thought he was cute. He was cute. I ain't gonna hate. He was cute. He was handsome. He was established. Everything was in order. Everything was great. Once he started realizing my lifestyle of being in the military, and at the time, my time was coming up for me to prepare to move again. Because typically, someone would be on a military station for about 2 to 3 years. If you're not, then sometimes circumstances have you move sooner. But my time was coming close for me to be moving again. So I kind of let him know, like, hey, I'm waiting on an assignment. Assignment means you're going to be moving. So he's like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, potentially I'll be moving. And, he's like, well, where to? I don't know. Tell me, if you're a man in the chat, tell me what man wants to date a woman, especially that's in the upper years, that you're like, I don't know, but I just one day I'm going to wake up and check an email and I'm going to know that I'm moving. And the possibility could be anywhere in the United States or it could be anywhere in the world, right? If you're not a secure man that know what he want and wants to seal the deal, they're going to run for the hills, lady. So that's what he did. He found a way to try to disrupt the peace to make us have friction so that he can find a way out because he did not want that part. He was very clear on what he wanted. He actually, I wasn't what he wanted, to be honest. He wanted someone that was going to come in, take care of his kids, because he was taking care of his kids full time. And he wanted the house to be done and the meals to be made. That's not this woman. So we had to identify anyway. We had our union was it was really perfect. We had no problems until the dynamics of me having to move came into play. And then all of a sudden friction just started happening. So that didn't last, right? And get this, I didn't move. Unfortunately, the universe had some other stuff into play. My medical, I didn't move. So I ended up staying in place a lot longer than I expected. Matter of fact, I'm still here in Atlanta. So I ran into said man couple of years ago, and he's like, "Oh, what did you move?" I said, "I didn't." And he was like, "Why you didn't tell me?" Why would I tell you? You had an issue with my lifestyle. My career is important to me. So my career demands that I have to get up and move, and it can be another state, another country. I know that my career demands that. So I am willing to do a long distance committed relationship. But if you're not committed to that, then there's nothing to discuss or talk about. So these are some of the challenges that being with a military woman, it's going to be hard. If she's still in the military, yes, her career is going to come first. I stamp that for every military woman. You put yourself first. So I got somebody that commented. He said, I wasn't in another country, but I got married in a year where I was out to sea for 280 days without a deployment. Then the next year I deployed. Shit sucked. Listen, y'all, that's horrible. So I'm not sure if he's still married, but I don't think he is. Um, that will make a relationship, that will put a strain on a relationship, like truly. One, sometimes if you're deployed, like he had to go on a ship. I don't know the Navy life, so I'm not sure about the communication factor of how often you can call, if you can call, if not, or if it's just like total silence where you can't communicate with the other person. But I can tell you, when I deployed to Iraq and I was in a relationship at the time, that was difficult. But the cool thing about it was that we were able to communicate because he, for some reason, I date men that always have like intense jobs. Like if they not saving a life, I don't want you. It's just what it is. His job, he had to be on duty for 24 to 48 hours at a time. So I was able to call his job, and we were able to talk at different times. And the time zone wasn't so far apart because he also was overseas as well. So it was like, okay, that kind of worked in our favor. But if it's not, the next time that I deployed back in 2009 to Qatar, I had to cut off the people I was dealing with or talking to because it was like, we're not going to be able to communicate. The time zone, my priority was my career and the mission that I had to do, and then making sure I get up in the wee hours in the morning to talk to my son, but not to get up and talk to a man. Like that wasn't a priority for me. So if a person don't understand the demands of that, then it can be very challenging. So I know some of y'all probably like, I ain't never think about this. I know, because if you're not in a relationship with a military member, or if you're not in that environment or in that community, you have no idea what it's like. So we're gonna fast forward. Let's talk about dating after the military. When you date after the military, it's just as worse, to be honest. It's just as worse. I swear it's more so like what I tried to tell somebody one day. I said it's like a strange topic, because one of the things is this. You think that it's over. Like, oh, I don't have to get up and move and go, blah blah blah. But to be honest, it's really just as worse, because we're still systematically programmed to doing certain things a certain way. We're still I'm sorry, something was popping up on my screen. We're still not like what the person will probably be looking for. So, dating a military woman, let me give you some tips. Tip number one: we are very direct and firm and strong. We stand on what we stand on. We know what we know, and we can lead ourselves, and we can lead you, and we can lead everybody else. That does not mean that we don't want a man to lead us. That does not mean that we cannot allow a man to lead us. It just simply means respect the person and the being that you're receiving. So, again, I'm gonna give you story time again. Another story. I had a person that wanted me to come second to him. And I know this is not about to be the battle of submission. We're not getting into that. It was just more like just the word second. I don't come second to none. Okay. So it was like, nope, not doing that. Can't even understand that rationale. Like that doesn't make sense to me. We don't do that. So it was more of a control thing for him. He wanted more control, which is like, I'm not trying to be in control, but I am in the areas that I need to be in control of, right? So when you have partnership, you have to understand that it comes in two facets where you respect each other, you create the union and partnership with each other, and you have the communication flow to understand how everything's going to go for each other. But if you don't know that in true leadership, there comes followership. And if you don't know how to be a follower, then you would never really know how to become a great leader. And that's with everything. That's a bar. Write that down. True leadership equates to becoming a follower and having followership. Doesn't mean that I'm just following the blind. I need you to be secure in who you are and what you're doing and know how to lead. And for a woman that's in the military, you have to be sharper than most because we endure a lot with our skill sets and with our work. So don't think I'm coming to you and you're just leading me down a drain. That's not going to work for me. We're going to activate, take charge, and we're going to start leading because we're trained and developed to be leaders. And again, if you met a dull pencil that was in the military and you're like, they ain't ticking that, we always got the one that just can't get right. But for the majority, I'm speaking on the majority of my women, and it don't matter what branch. We're the top of the top, baby. Okay. And if it's Air Force, then you already know. We come with a lot. Okay. I got a couple of comments. Hold on. I want to make sure. Let me see. Somebody put a comment and I was like, hold up. Military don't like I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Is that military don't like cheating. It would make your significant other uncomfortable. You got to pick one. So I don't know about how he worded that, but cheating in the military. Let's see. I think cheating happens in every aspect, whether it's military or not. It's a matter of really being solidified and having that communication and understanding that if you have to go away for work, do you guys have trust? Do you guys have boundaries? Do you have clear communications on what it is that you're in? Because there's a lot of people that's in relationship with someone that don't know that they're in the relationship with. So it looks like they're cheating on them or they're doing something when you're in a relationship by yourself, they just kicking it with you. So you have to have that level of communication, understanding, and clarity. Is that you can't make solid plans because your government property, once those orders are cut, absolutely. So that is true. Soon as you start trying to plan a life with someone, you may meet someone and you think that life's going to be great and everything's going to be just amazing. And then bam, they hit you with orders. For those that don't know what orders is, it's the orders that's telling you you are moving. It could be in the States. It can be around the world. When them orders come, that's when everything get real. Tears start flowing. And people are like, oh my gosh. And then it always happens like this. It always say like, okay, well, we can stay together. Yep, that's going to last maybe 30 days. Because once the person gets to the new location and they have to get into the swing of things and have to get into, they start meeting new people and hanging out, then someone's going to feel away. So it could either be the person moving to the new location, they meet new people, they're hanging out with new people, this person feels left behind. Or this person gets to a new location, they know nobody, so they kind of in the house to themselves, and that person is starting to hang out more with the people they know because they got to find stuff to do to fill that void. So then now that person feels left behind. So it's like a double-edged sword where it's like you can't really gauge it or determine how that works. Let me see what the other comments say. Hold on. Uh-oh. I think I went too fast. Military or spouse? Um, hmm. Even as a military spouse, let me speak to my military spouses. So military spouses, they got it hard too, because it's like, how do you date after being a military spouse? Once you have incorporated into the military lifestyle, do you stay dating military or do you go to civilians? Because it's different lifestyles. So it's a lot of different factors. Now, my question is, this is my next question. My next question is going to go to my military women that are retired, my military women that are retired, that one, they did the long haul. They're military, they stayed all the way 20 plus years, they're retired, and maybe an empty nester, maybe not. Where are those women at? I want to hear your comments below on what is it like dating as a military woman retired young. Because I'll give you an example today. Today, I had a doctor's appointment. I was at the VA hospital, and literally, this older guy was like, was your parents in the military? And I was like, my parents? What? Why? And he was like, oh, are you here with you waiting on your parents? Or he's like, because you can't be the veteran. I can't be the veteran that served 20 plus years and found all the transformers. I can't be that veteran. I was like, sir, I'm retired. Thank you much, Master Sergeant. And he was like, oh, wow. He was like, you look too young to be retired. I don't know what I'm supposed to look like, but I'm looking like what I'm supposed to be looking like. And so it's like, I need people to start respecting the retired on my name, because 20 years was a lot for a female veteran to retire after 20 years and still look this good. I think somebody needs to take me to dinner tonight. You feel me? So I think I need all types of badge of honors, and especially my other military women, because it's not something that had to come with so ease. So yeah, I got some broken downness that's be happening, the body, the mechanics, and tightening up and everything. But there's lifestyle factors that I have incorporated that help me maintain the look that I have, and I'm still working on it. So where is my, I mean, reading these comments, it's like I got comments coming from all over. So I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nobody's comment. So where are my military women that are retired that are dating now? What is that like? I'm gonna tell you. That's a challenge. So we went from being on active duty and dating. We went from being old in your older years, whether you found the person, not found the person, married or not, still dating, and how that corresponds with the military lifestyle. And now we're going to say life after the military. How do you date life after the military? So and I keep emphasizing the retired part, because that's me. I'm retired, and people don't know what that means or what it looks like. So then it's like, typically when you hear retired, you think someone is like 64, 65, they old, they broken down. No, your girl is 40 and retired, but I retired at 38, empty nester, living life and doing her thing. Okay. So now, how does that equate to dating? Well, I'll tell you, I will come across, for me, and I need my other women and men. If I got some retired men in here, men is different. The military men, we're going to talk about the men. They're different. For the women, it's difficult. It's challenges, because I'll meet someone, they don't respect my retired. Just because you got to get your behind up and go in and slave all day, I ain't got to do that. I do what I want, when I want, how I want. So if I don't want to do it, I don't do it. If I want to do it, I do it. So it's like, okay, I am a certain type of a man that I entertain. Let's say entertain, right? So and I'm trying to make sure I pick my words wisely. Um, because it doesn't matter to me per se the said titles because I'm no longer in operating in the worldly things of titles. Like I'll have titles like yes, I'm retired and I'm a coach and I'm a speaker and that's the American way to have a title because in America a title means that you're something. A title means that you have power or something, but it really means nothing once you really leave America and tap in. The richest people in the world have no titles. Like, I'm gonna let that marinate. I'm gonna say it again. The richest people in the world have no titles. The, I'm not gonna go into that tangent, but it almost did. So, when dating as labeled retired, when meeting a man, they're looking at like, I am in a point in my life where life is about peace, joy, happiness, living freely. So if they're not retired or getting close to, they don't understand my lifestyle again. So this is another difficult challenge for military women that's retired and dating. Because now just because you can't don't mean I can't. So now you trying to enforce things upon me because you can't. And what I mean by that, I had some people like, well, won't you go do this? Won't you go get another job? Why? I'm enjoying life. My job is to be on the beach every day and make sure that I have tan marks all year long. That's my job. That is my job. And to help inspire, motivate, uplift people, because that's my heart passion. And that's what I would do any day, anywhere I'm at. So it doesn't matter. I could be anywhere in the world. I'm going to give joy and be the light to the world. That's just what I do. Whether I get paid for it or not, it's just who I am. So, how does that equate to dating again? It's difficult. It makes it one more challenge, right? One more challenge. Now, being retired, typically, if you retire from the military, you're between that 38 to about 42, 43 age. Now, as a military woman in that age bracket, guess what? I could date your daddy and I could date the son. I can date the dad and I can date the son because I'm in this age bracket where I have older guys that, are trying to court me and date me. And I'm like, okay, do I want to date up? And then I have younger guys that are trying to court me and date me. Do I want to date down? And then we got the ones that's right in the middle that just can't seem to get nothing right with their mind. So it's like, which way do we go? So I explored both. I'm not trying to be dating Diddy and the son. That's not about to happen. That's weird. However, I have explored dating older gentlemen, and it was strange because I'm not trying to teach nobody older than me. That's not what I'm about to do. I'm not doing it. Like, and I mean in a sense of lifestyle. Most older men, you trying to find somebody that's going to take care of you. I'm not that girl. We identified. I'm not taking care of you. I'm not. I'm not taking care of you. I'm not a caretaker. You want to hire a caretaker? I have hired me as a consultation. I can refer you out to a caretaker. I'm not your caretaker, right? So then I get some younger guys, they looking for a sugar mama. I'm not that girl. I'm not funding you. I'm not flowing you out. I'm not funding you. I can coach and mentor you, but I'm not funding you. So it's like, where does it lie? And then the in between guys are very interesting because I don't know. They're like going through a midlife crisis or something. So I just pray for them because yeah, that's all you could really do is just pray for them. So it's like, what do you do? I would tell you personally, and again, I wanna can't the comment stopped, so I can't. I feel bad if y'all commenting and I can't see read the comments. So I want to make sure you understand that I don't know what's the best route, but what I will tell you for my military women is this. This is the message. Find what's happy for you, like what makes you happy and what works best for you. Because the thing of it is, you worked your behind off all your career. You done so many things and helped so many people that it's only right that you deserve true peace, joy, and happiness. Don't just equate to dating a military man, because we're gonna just take a moment of silence for that. I ain't gotta say much more for that. But don't just wait and date these men in America either, because we're gonna take a moment of silence for that. To be honest, I feel like my person may be abroad. My person may be in another country. I have met people in different countries as I travel, and they have different energies, different ways of dating, different ways of courting, different ways of expressing themselves, to just like expressing and acknowledging me as a woman. So I like it. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of them might be younger, they might be younger. And I'm open to receive, but I'll be honest, I look young, so I attract the young. However, the body, the brain, I ain't trying to do the young stuff. I can't be partying with y'all. I can't be drinking every night. I can't do that. It just ain't going, it's not my lifestyle. So it's like I mentor and start coaching them. And then it's like, if I start mentoring, coaching you, then you can't be my person, but you could be my mentee. I got you. We can hang out sometime. Like when I'm ready to party, I know who to call, but not every day. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's not for me. However, I don't know. So I'm not trying to take care of old men. That's just not for me either. I've met some cool ones. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. Like just treated the girl how she's supposed to be treated. And it's like the people my age, they the most disrespectful. It's almost like they want to be the queen. Like I need to be fixing their crown. I can't do that. I can't entertain them. When the disrespect happens and the lack of communication, it's like I can't teach you how to communicate. I'm not here to teach you. I'm not your teacher and I'm not your mama. So it's like a transition of making sure that as a military woman, these are the challenges and hurdles that we kind of face that nobody ever talks about. But because I had a couple of text messages today and I experienced somebody granddaddy, somebody's probably, I don't know, husband or somebody, and then somebody's son trying to talk to me all within an hour, I was like, Lord, where am I supposed to be going in life? And I messaged a group of my female vets and I was like, y'all go through this? And they do, but some of their scenarios was even worse. And I was like, Lord, don't send none of that my way. But I wanted to highlight that it's okay to explore. Find out what your thing is. Because I got some, they like the older gentlemen. I got some, they like the younger. I got some, they like the ones that's right in the age group. But I believe in this. It doesn't matter what age group, which lane. The most important part is making sure their mindset is correct. I don't really care if you're younger than me, long as your mindset right, long as you are in alignment with what I am in alignment with and your mindset is right. Because the most important part is making sure that you're operating with someone that is going somewhere. Don't be caught up with getting in touch with somebody that ain't going nowhere. If they're not going nowhere in their life, then where are they going to take your life? And we don't go down drains over here. So I just want to make sure that whoever, make sure it brings benefits and values to you. So this message is for my military women to make sure that you are putting yourself first. You're exploring your options. You're not suffering in silence, because we always think that we don't deserve. Yes, you do. You deserve to be wined and dined. You deserve to be taken out. You deserve to be going out the country, because if he ain't got no passport, there's no conversation over here. You ain't trying to get my passport stamped, then we can't talk at all, period. Like, it just doesn't work that way for me. So, y'all be great, be blessed, but don't let the challenges and hurdles stop you from seeking what is best for you. Because typically, I have a whole group of female veterans, and I know a lot of them just gave up on dating, gave up on love, gave up on just interacting with men because of, circumstances, situations. And I want to tell you that I don't want that for you. I want you to be vibrant. I want you to be living your best life. I want you to be, enjoying life. You meet someone, go to dinner. It's no harm in dinner. It's no harm. It doesn't mean y'all getting married tomorrow. It doesn't mean y'all in a relationship. It doesn't mean that you're committed. It's just a dinner. And again, I know my guys are probably going to say, Nat, no, like, ain't nobody just trying to take women out to eat. Well, guess what? I don't want to tell y'all my secrets. I don't want to go out to dinner with you because the way I eat, you ain't ready to go out to dinner with me. So I do lunches first. Let's do lunch because I need to talk to you first. Because if you can't make it through lunch or a quick little, like, meet me at the tea, go get some tea or something, we can't do dinner. Because I'm not about to sit there with no awkward man that don't know how to communicate or have a conversation at dinner, and you're gonna mess up my meal. And I like when I eat. Like, I enjoy my dinners. So I don't need a man to take me to dinner because I take myself all the time. But if you want to come, take me to dinner, then I want it to be a good time and we communicate and have a conversation and enjoy each other's time. So if I see that you can't do that during a lunch or a quick little, like, let's meet at Panera type of thing, we ain't going to dinner. It's not happening. Like, that's just a tip from that. Like, have them meet you somewhere. I know the list came out with all the places that men don't take you. I don't eat at those places. So, if I had some people send them to me like, oh, I don't eat at those places. I have a certain lifestyle. And again, my lifestyle and how I eat and what I eat, it just doesn't happen to be at some of those places. So it didn't matter. So again, if somebody wants to come and be a part of my world, they have to have that level of understanding. So yeah, y'all be great. Y'all keep living life because I'm about to keep building up my women vets. I'm going to keep building up my women so that y'all can understand how to learn how to put yourself first and how to live life abundantly, freely, and thrive through it because it's your time, it's your season. There's no more excuses as to why you can't have what you want. Like, for me, I'm choosing. So until I find all the components in one, then I'll select. But I'm enjoying life and I want you guys to enjoy life too. Like, don't limit yourself. Don't stop yourself. If things aren't coming the way it's supposed to be coming, that's fine. Shift, pivot, go do something different. Tap in with me because I'm bringing people with me out the country, sis. Like, listen, let's go. I got some out the country. They're waiting for you. So let's go. It's your girl Nat Martin, and y'all make sure y'all subscribe below to the YouTube channel because it's time that you start living the life that you deserve to live. And again, y'all be great, y'all be amazing, but y'all already know, always be resilient.